Hi everyone, it's Kerchie. Welcome to my June-July recap vlog. I didn't do a recap last month, so I decided to combine it this month. I went through some things last month. I'm gonna tell you guys later, but first, on to the fun stuff. My outfit, this is the Polly Pocket Cider collab. We have this cute shirt right here, Polly Pocket logo. I'm also wearing the shorts and the platform sandals. First of all, I love this collab because they created a brand new product line specifically for Polly. One thing I do not like is when brands collab with Polly, but they just take her logo or her face and just slap it on whatever product already exists. I see a lot of t-shirts, things like that. They just kind of take her face and print it on there, or whatever product line they already have, they just take her face and literally slap it on there and call it a Polly Pocket collab. I typically don't buy those, but one thing about Cider is they actually created these clothes that it looks like something Polly would wear. The shirt has cute little heart patterns. I also didn't realize it's see-through. Oh my, but it's too late now, but it's okay. It's super cute. It's also really stretchy. And the shorts have these frills on them, super girly, and it really looks like something Polly would wear. And it also came with this chain, which has the P on it for Polly. And I think this is supposed to be for a purse, like a little purse charm. But I decided to put it on the shorts and I think it actually looks really cute. And of course we have the platform sandals, and I love that they went with platforms because it's very, very 90s. So this is a wonderful collab. I highly recommend you guys get these. Great quality from Cider. Now onto the fun stuff. It's crazy behind me. This is an accumulation of stuff that I bought in the past month and a half. Let's start with this big guy since he's staring us right in the face. So I showed these little dinosaurs here in my cozy summer vlog, and someone mentioned that this Mosasaurus just released at Target, so I went ahead and bought it. I had no idea it was this big. I thought it was gonna be the same size as these. And oh my gosh, this is gigantic. Obviously far from my usual pastel girly collection, but I really, really do love dinosaurs. In fact, I was playing a game called Jurassic World Evolution 2. The dinosaurs on there are so realistic and so fun. I highly recommend you guys play that. And they just announced that there's gonna be a Jurassic World Evolution 3 releasing in October, which is in a couple months, which means it's almost Halloween again, my favorite holiday. Everything's moving so fast. And yes, I pre-ordered that game because I cannot wait to play. And one thing that they added in that game is we actually get to hatch our own dinosaurs. I hear that there's gonna be little baby dinosaurs. I love cozy games. I love simulation games and games that I can just play on my walking pad when I get my 20K steps. Yes, we are back at 20K steps, you guys. So I cannot wait to play that game. But anyway, look at the little dinosaur pieces. Oh my gosh, I have to showcase this, I think. And then we have the giant My Little Twin Stars. What is this called? My Little Twin Stars Moon House. This is the moon house. This, I think, is the bathroom. I had ChatGPT translate the Japanese. So this is bathroom, and it comes in this little tiny star compact. This will definitely get a showcase because I have been eyeing this for the longest time. There's actually several different versions. There's this one, which is a bit more modern. I think this is 2015. Yeah, this is 2015. And there's a vintage one that's actually from the 70s. And then there's another purple one, which I think is also 2015, but there's a few of them out there, which is why I didn't know which one to get, which one's legit. But it is basically a giant moon compact. Very excited about that. And it's Sanrio. You can't go wrong with Sanrio. I love everything Sanrio. A couple new Polly Pockets here. We have Gabby's Dollhouse. I actually have no idea. Is this a TV show? I guess she must be pretty popular for her to get her own Polly Pocket. I've never heard of this TV show. I think, is it on Disney Junior or something? Oh no, it's Netflix. But super cute, had to get her. I don't remember if I showed you guys this. I think I ordered it and then Amazon canceled it for some reason and then brought it back. So this is the Christmas version of the Pet Connects. I'm really glad that they keep making these because I love the Pet Connects. I haven't even showcased any of them and I have all of them at this point. But yeah, this is super cute. It has the Christmas tree and reindeer. And look at the new packaging. I guess it's here to stay. I really love this new packaging. I finally got the last Polly Pocket Funko sets that I had been missing. No thanks to Amazon. I think I got these at Box Lunch. I don't know why Amazon has been slacking lately when it comes to Polly Pockets. They either keep canceling my order or they're taking months and months to ship when other retailers are shipping in 2 days. Amazon, what's happening? But here we have the flower compact and then we have the quilted heart. I wish this one came in pastel pink though, but Still super cute. And that completes my Polly Pocket Funko collection. And I think I will unbox these right now. So let's get into it. Something about Funko collectors. They are insane. I wonder who has the most Funko Pops. So the reason why I don't like keeping my collection in box is I simply have no room for it. And also the fact that they do look nicer displayed outside of the box, because I don't want my room to look like Target or a retailer where I have boxes upon boxes of things. I actually want it to look like a room that someone uses. But truth be told, if I had the space and also the extra budget, I would get duplicates. I would keep one in the box and one outside if I want it to be really, really extra. Here she is. Look how beautiful. Oh, I don't know why I thought it would open. You know, the quality of this, it feels like an original Polly Pocket. You know how Funko typically have that cheap plastic? This one feels like an original Polly Pocket plastic. Very, very pretty. I'm usually not wowed by Funko, but she's Polly, so I love her. And this one, this is a good one. I'm gonna put you right there, next to the Mosasaurus. Don't get eaten. All right, next we have Ms. Flower. Another cutie patootie. Same thing with the plastic. Yeah, it is pretty much the same material as the original Polly Pocket. Please tell me you guys know what I'm talking about. If you have Polly Pockets, you know what I'm talking about. The plastic just looks different. It feels different. And they're holding a little Polly figure. How cute. Okay, so I just got the other Polly Funko, which is the seashell, and the plastic is not the same. It is matte. You see what I mean? This is shiny plastic. This is matte plastic. Please tell me I'm not crazy. They didn't match this to the original. I wonder why. I'll just add that to things that will haunt me forever. And now they're complete. Along with the actual Polly Funko and the one that I made. Who remembers this? Oh my gosh, this was so long ago. I used to be really crafty on my channel. I would make so many cool things, and then time got the best of me. I also invested a lot in my health and weight loss journey, which takes a lot of time. But yes, I did make my own Polly before they came out with the original one. So now I have a whole family of them. And here are more Funko stuff. So this is from the Mattel 80th anniversary. And since we're at it, let's go ahead and unbox these two. I'm gonna start with the pin, because the pin is basically the pin version of that seashell Funko we just got. I mean, there's nothing really to unbox. It's literally just a pin, and I actually think I'm gonna keep it on this card because it does serve a purpose. I like the card. I want a memento of Mattel's 80th packaging. This, however, will get unboxed. Is this supposed to be blind? Oh, this better not be blind. I don't think it is. I really hope you are not blind. Thank goodness. I was actually worried for a second. Whoa, this is the snow globe. That's so pretty. Wow, and I love that it's tiny. I think I might keep this at my desk so she can play games with me. This is really pretty. And this one is the quilted heart Funko. I'm gonna put her right there next to her mom. And then we have the ring. I do love the rings. I showcased some before and I love them. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's put the ring together first. Ooh, there's a little dog balloon. Let's not get distracted. Okay, putting her on here. I always forget how to do these. Okay, they go in first and then you put the ring. Here she goes. I'm gonna try not to cut the circulation off my finger this time. Look at her. She's super, super cute. And this is the little balloon dog. And this is the compact. Look at this jewel heart. Look at this. I'm really in love with this, and it has glitter speckles on it. This is the inside. It's a party in here. I am in love with this. I can't stop saying that because it's true. The rings that they have released, they're just so good. They're one of my favorite reboots. Happy 80th anniversary, Mattel. You are wonderful. I hope to work with you someday. I'm in love with this. If George proposed to me with this ring box, I would say yes. Funny story, he actually did not propose to me. We were in a hotel celebrating one of our anniversaries. I think it was our 4th anniversary. Yeah, it was our 4th anniversary. And we were just kind of discussing marriage. And we were like, should we get married just for tax reasons, you know, other benefits and whatnot? And I was very anti-marriage because it's just not something that I was interested in. And I also really didn't want to, I was just very, very anti like traditional feminine roles that would it disrupt my career. I was very career focused for the longest time. Of course, now it's completely different. I'm older and I have a different mindset. But back then, I was like, whatever. And we were discussing the possibility of marriage and the benefits of that. And I was talking. And so I was like, so what do you think? Should we do it? And I look over at him and he was sleeping. I've been talking to myself the whole time. And then the next day, he was like, I remember what we were talking about. And yes, let's get married. Will you marry me? And I was like, fine, I guess. And this year will be our 11th wedding anniversary and 15 years together. All right, on to life updates. So last month, I had some serious skin issues. This is what happened. But basically, I didn't feel like showing myself, so I didn't want to film. And I actually filmed my cozy summer last month with my skin issues, and you can sort of kind of see it. Basically, what happened was I had been using retinol, like the strongest retinol, for a long time with the intent of, you know, retinol is anti-aging. I'm almost 40, so I was like, hey, let me get on that retinol stuff. And I've been using it for a long time, like a couple of years or so. And when you use retinol, it's kind of off and on, like your skin kind of flares up and then it calms down. And when it comes down, you put the retinol again, and then the cycle repeats till eventually your skin gets used to it. And so my skin got used to it. I was like, yay, retinol. So I decided to go with a much stronger brand because in my head, stronger means better anti-aging. Why not? And it messed me up real bad. Like my skin was not healing. And when it did heal, it was like the illusion of healing, and then it would flare up again. Like the random things would make it flare up, like dust or like a sunbeam or something, or wind. It was just so sensitive. And it made my face, jaw, and neck all the way down to my collarbones super, super itchy, like incredibly itchy, to where no matter what I do, what cream I use, I even use steroids, which you're not even supposed to use for a long time, would not fix it. So long story short, I did fix it thanks to ChatGPT, by the way, because my derma is of no help. I'm sorry, but I actually don't trust doctors. I think doctors just kind of push you out the door as fast as possible, and they'll just prescribe you whatever to get you out the door so they can see the next patient. They don't really take your lifestyle into account, which is why many patients either are on the wrong medication or, you know, I'm sure we've all been there, but for me, I knew exactly what was wrong with me, and I just needed a topical that was not steroid. And I was talking to the girl on the phone too, which she's not a doctor, she's just the receptionist, but she's like, oh, well, I don't know what we can prescribe you that's not a steroid. And I'm like, you're not a doctor, you can't say that to me. I know there's something. But anywho, I figured out that I had contracted some kind of fungal infection on my neck because my skin barrier was compromised. So what finally cured it was ketoconazole, which is non-steroid. It is actually amazing. So I used that for a couple weeks and now I'm fine. Hi, we're back. So that was great. To make a long story short, I just did not feel very beautiful last month and I didn't want to come on here and show my face. But I did do my summer vlog because our bestie Joel visited once again, and I just love making wonderful memories to look back on. I love doing just cute little videos outside of Polly Pocket that's about just real life and hanging out and things like that. And George and I don't really go out or travel often, so the only time I get to do that is when Joel visits. He visits like 2-3 times a year. But George and I do plan on traveling at some point in the far future because there's still a lot of issues I have to deal with. Like I suffer from motion sickness and dizziness no matter what I do. It's just something I've suffered from ever since I was a kid. So when I get on airplanes, it's just a whole ordeal for me. It's extremely uncomfortable, but I'm working my way up to that. And when I do, I would love to film all of my adventures outside my bedroom. Onto my weight loss update. So actually, I gained weight. It happens. It's part of life, but I did gain a few pounds, maybe 2 to 3 pounds. And it might seem like not that much, like, oh my God, 2 to 3 pounds, whatever. But I had actually been calculating it and seeing the trend. And the trend was kind of like maintain. And then it was like a little bit, just a little bit of an upward slope. And when that happens, that typically means it's weight that has stayed on me. It's not weight that's just gonna fall off because it's water or what have you. It is real weight, possibly fat, possibly muscle. I think it's a little bit of both because George did tell me that despite being 2 to 3 pounds heavier on the scale, I'm actually smaller, like physically, because I've been body recomping with weightlifting. So body recomp is like one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. I highly recommend it. The reason why most people don't do it is it really does take a long time and most people just want to lose the weight really quickly. But with body recomp, what you're doing is you're losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time. So the scale is kind of like, more or less the same, but a very slow downward slope if you do want to lose weight. And typically people want to be like, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds in a week, like immediately. But body recomp is amazing because it's one of those things where, yes, I did gain weight, but I'm not spiraling because my clothes still fit. I look great. I feel great. I perform well in the gym. I'm doing my 20,000 steps and I don't have to worry about gaining my weight back, my initial weight that I had lost, which is one of my biggest fears because that's typically how I've been with my weight loss journey historically, especially in my 20s where I would do these fad diets. Do you guys remember all the fad diets in the early 2000s? Yeah, I did them all and I just gained all the way back. So when I went on this weight loss journey that I went on recently, that's just kind of my head like, oh, sure, I'll gain it back someday. Like, whatever, that's just my life. And I have now proven to myself that no, I will not gain it back as long as I do my due diligence and I'm smart and strategic when I do eat junk food. Like in my cozy summer vlog, I was eating a lot of junk food and there's nothing to worry about. So if you're on your weight loss journey, and I do get comments on my health and fitness vlogs, so I do appreciate you guys because again, I I want to resonate with people on this and I want you guys to know that I'm going through it with you and that this is a very realistic journey. It's not just about wins. I'm not just going to tell you guys about my wins like, "Ooh, I lost all this weight and I have abs." Like, no, fact is hormones happen. I had been going through some mental stuff last month too with my skin and I just wasn't feeling good because the itch was keeping me awake at night. I did not get enough sleep, and because I didn't get enough sleep, I couldn't get all my steps in. And of course, our bestie was visiting, so we were eating a lot. And all of that, I was just kind of like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about calories. I just need to relax and just not worry about it for this small period of time. And that's okay. If you're on your weight loss journey, you'll gain a few and you'll lose them again. You'll gain a few and you'll lose them again. As long as the overall trend is going down or maintaining, it's fine. The only time you should be very alarmed is if it's consistently going up and you don't want it to go up. And I'm talking consistent, like 2, 3, 4+ months of just going up. I'm also at a point where I'm really, really happy and I don't need to lose any more weight. I just want to push myself the extra 20 pounds because that's the aesthetic pounds, as we call it. That's when I see more muscle striations, things like that. And I don't want to be incredibly muscular, but the last 20 pounds that I lose, I think is also just like a personal challenge for me. That yes, I can go above and beyond, but at the same time, part of me is also like, I don't really need to, so I can just have fun and eat whatever I want, like it's fine. But the other part of me is also like, just lock in. If you could just lock in, you can do it. So my current plan is I'm still on that bridge mix. I love bridge mix. I'm getting my 20K steps back. So I definitely don't have everything set in stone. My life is constantly evolving. Things are always happening and my interests are always changing. So I need to evolve my fitness lifestyle with it. Like last month, I couldn't do 20,000 steps every day. I couldn't even do 10,000 steps some days. And this month, I feel like I can, and I'm going to do that. But at the same time, I can reward myself because this has been a long 2-year journey. I was on a 2-year deficit. That is a really long time to be in a deficit. George went on a deficit recently and he was so depressed that he was actually really angry and snappy. So then he went back to bulking and now he's kind of on he's maintenance, but he's like on a little bit of a bulk and he's kind of slowly cutting. I think he said he's going to try a deficit again, but like very slowly because before he went too hard. And for him, because he's a much larger guy, if he starves, if he's hungry, you don't want a hungry man in your house. Okay, it's just not the vibe. So I'm definitely learning to enjoy life more and also learning to eat the food that I like without it having to be a binge. I think that's my biggest takeaway. And even though I hadn't lost a lot of weight like the past 3, 4 months, I can definitely take away the fact that I have really improved my relationship with food. For instance, throughout the week, George will DoorDash something for himself. He'll get pizza or burger or whatever, and I completely ignore it. Like, I'm not even enticed. In fact, he got this pizza yesterday. It's this interesting flavor. It's like a hamburger pizza, and it smelled like In-N-Out. And it looked so good. And I was looking at it and I was like, that looks delicious. How does it taste? And he said, oh my God, this is one of the greatest pizzas I've ever had. I'm like, delicious. And then he said, you know, I'm really surprised that you don't want one right now. And I said, yeah, actually, that's true, because normally whenever you'd order something, I want a bite or I sneak in a slice or two, and each slice is like 300 calories. And I would also get incredibly upset that I can't eat what he's eating. For years, it went on like this. Even before I went on my health journey, whenever he'd be eating something, I want it. Like I mentioned before in one of my fitness videos that I used to eat my classmates' food. It's not enough that I eat my food, I have to eat other people's food. That's how bad my binge eating problem is. But now it's gone to the point where literally anyone can eat anything in front of me, whatever it is. It can even be hot Cheetos, to be honest with you. I have seen people eat hot Cheetos, like walking down the street or even on TV, and very slowly but surely, in my head, I'm wanting it less and less. I'm just seeing it as like a background item, not the focus item, which is why they say the key to any health journey or really any habit building goal that you have is consistency. If you do it enough and stick to it enough for a long period of time, you will alter your brain. I'm telling you, at this point in time, you can put a bowl of hot Cheetos in front of me. I'll smell it and be hit with nostalgia, but I will not eat it and I don't want to eat it. I can confidently say that. That is huge for me, because a big part of working on your physical health is definitely your mental health, your relationship with food, your relationship with yourself. Because at what point is good enough, right? Like for me, physically, health-wise, I don't need to lose any more weight. And the last 20 pounds I want to lose isn't out of self-hatred that I still think I'm large or anything like that. It is the fact that I simply just want to see if I can do it, want to push myself, want to get there. And I think a lot of people with the abs and with the muscle striations, that's their mindset. They're just kind of like, I don't need to look like this, but I want to see if I can push myself to get there. And when you get there, it's kind of hard to stop. It's just fun. It's actually really fun to see what your body can accomplish. Other than that, summer is feeling really not summery. It is so sad. It's overcast. It's not even hot, and a lot of people hate hot weather. I do too, to an extent, but it's actually so cold. I don't know if it's due to my weight loss, but I've always been a naturally cold person, and since losing that amount of fat, I'm cold almost all the time. So I'm just asking for a little heat, just a little warmth, but summer just isn't hitting. I don't know too if it's because I'm older. Like, do you guys remember the world being a lot brighter and more vibrant and sunnier when we were younger? I feel like that was not part of our imagination. I feel like the environment has actually changed. Even the color of buildings, the design of buildings, it's not in our imagination that they've corporatized buildings. They just turned them into these boring rectangles. Buildings used to be fun. Do you remember the old original McDonald's buildings, the Pizza Hut buildings, and how fun they were? I don't know, the world is just changing. I think this is why people like me love the nostalgia and hang on to our childhood. And that's really what Polly means to me more than anything. This is not just a collection just to have stuff, but this is a representation of my childhood, not having to grow up. Like, yes, growing old. We all have to grow old, but growing up is an option. They say that, right? Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. I also think that our generation, millennials, are the only generation to combine our childhood and adulthood into one. Like, just because we grew up and have families and jobs and things like that, doesn't mean we completely neglect our childhood. We have combined them. Our generation are the collectors, Star Wars, Legos, Polly Pockets, what have you. We are Disney adults. We get made fun of. Who cares? While at the same time, we work corporate jobs. We have families. We take care of ourselves and everyone else around us. And we're the only generation who has really done that. The generations before and after us have definitely grown up very fast. Of course, there are so many different factors to this, like economical factors and things that I'm not smart enough to talk about. But it's especially sad seeing this in Gen Z. They have grown up so fast and they are so extremely woke to the point where they cannot have fun. And I just think it's really sad. And I think it's important to hang on to your childhood, not hang on to it in a way that you absolutely refuse to grow up. Like there are people who are perpetually stuck in like a childlike state, but I think it's important to never lose a piece of that because that's magic. I also think life requires a balance. You don't have to completely shut yourself out from very real and important things going on in the world, but at the same time, you don't have to dwell on them because 99% of the time you cannot change them. And the 1% that you can change usually start with you, your mindset, how you contribute to the world, how you contribute to society. And for most of us, we are normal people. We wake up, we take care of our family, we have jobs, whatever that may be. Most of us aren't going to find the cure to every disease. Most of us aren't going to cure famine. Most of us aren't going to solve conflicts of the world. And that's okay. That doesn't mean the world is doomed and that we need to have this doom and gloom outlook and what's the point in everything. That's not the mindset we should have either. I can't tell you how many friends I've lost due to the fact that, you know, they're just very doom and gloom when it comes to everything. It's very difficult to hang out with them. It's always, oh, this sucks, that sucks, what's the point? Everything sucks, life sucks. I absolutely hate hanging out with people like that. They're such downers because for me, I can acknowledge horrible things that are going on in the world, but when it's like that 24/7 with someone, it's the energy. It's such bad negative energy, and it is not good for your brain, for your mental health, to be overexposed to bad news, which segues into my algorithm on TikTok. So my algorithm on TikTok was always really funny. It was fashion stuff. It was toys. It was memes. And for some reason last month, June is like my bad luck month last month. I don't know why all the bad stuff just started happening last month, but last month my algorithm shifted on TikTok and it was showing me all kinds of bad stuff. It was like bad news and violence and also all the 100 things I can pick about myself that I didn't even know existed, like lines on my face and this and that and all these things, pores here and there that I didn't even know existed on my body parts, and now I see them because my algorithm told me so. And on top of the fact that I was already having skin issues, and on top of the fact that I gained weight, I really did not like myself last month. I was looking at myself in the mirror like, what am I doing? Am I spiraling? What's happening? And it's reinforced by the fact that whenever I opened up that app, the app was telling me, yeah, you're actually terrible. You're a terrible person and terrible things are happening in the world and everything's terrible. So I went on an overhaul. Every single content that came up, whether it's TikTok or elsewhere, I would literally click the three icon or menu or whatever, hide it. Hide, not interested, block, whatever it is. And my algorithm actually shifted back to the funny, cutesy fashion stuff. Be careful with the content you consume online because a lot of it can be very damaging. And yes, it's important to know what's going on in the world, but it gets to a point. And I truly believe with the rise of AI and the algorithm getting smarter and smarter, it can very much attack you in ways that you don't even realize. So you have to catch it because it's really sneaky. It sounds dumb even talking about it like, oh my God, it's an app, just get off the app. But no, technology is such a huge part of our lives. And it's not just about the app, it's about stuff outside the app, like what's recommended to me when I turn on Netflix or I'm scrolling and then there's like news articles on the sides that I'm not even interested in, but they're being advertised to me. It's all these subliminal things. That's the key. It's subliminal images and they alter your brain. So this is why I think Gen Z particularly are so altered because they were born in the age of algorithms. They literally train your brain to think a certain way. No knock against Gen Z, by the way. I love my nieces and nephews. They are wonderful people. My niece Margaret is about to turn 20. I have a 20-year-old niece. That's insane. But I love them. They're very wonderful people. There's just this certain thing that I've noticed that I'm sure we've all noticed where the algorithm kind of alters their brain and you can tell that they see the world differently than we do. And boomers as well, where in their case, they've experienced like real heavy stuff, wars, famine, all kinds of stuff. So that's a different generation. And then Gen Z, of course, they're being fed all of this bad news and tragedies, which is why I think millennials, we're kind of in the middle where we experience the best of childhood, all the cool stuff, technology rising. We literally watched the invention of the internet to now with AI and everything like that. But at the same time, we stay grounded because we've lived without it, but also we learned how to use it and we helped build it. Like, we're kind of the heart of everything that's going on right now. We're the greatest generation. I'm biased. We're the greatest generation. But no, jokes aside, I'm ranting, but be careful with the content you consume because it really got to me, and I'm very self-aware. I am so self-aware, way too self-aware for my own good. I will actually like form an opinion on myself based on what I know someone's opinion of me will be. That's how self-aware I am. And even the algorithm got me last month. I just had to catch myself because AI, you know, I love AI. I'm not anti. There's just a good and bad in everything. And I'm starting to get a little worried when it starts to trick me. Also, George fell for an AI video. There was this girl who was swimming with a shark and like she hugged the shark. And she's like, you know, it's kind of like her pet. And he linked it to me. He was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Because he actually has a fear of sharks. And he's like, you wouldn't catch me doing this, but I didn't know you can train sharks like this. And I was like, George, please, this is AI. You really think you can do this with a shark? He fell for it. I will not stop giving him crap about this. To this day, I'm always like, remember when you fell for that AI video? It's happening. It's happening to our generation. We're being fooled. We're being tricked. We're being algorithmed. Be careful. Okay, that sums up my life. Not a whole lot of things happened, just some mental stuff, recalibration, new toys. As far as showcases, yes, they're still happening. I'm all over the place. I'm gonna showcase this, and then I still have to showcase that. I'm also thinking of doing like a batch repaint of those little tiny Pocket World keychain things. Do you guys see that here? Or is it here? Wait, I think it's here. Just doing a batch repaint. I think I have like 24 of them to do. It's a lot, but just thinking about it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, for listening to me rant, and for allowing me to share my collection with you once again. I hope you're having a wonderful summer and good luck with whatever ventures you want to go on and whatever goals you want to reach. I am manifesting all good things for you that you reach your goals, and I'll see you on the next one.